Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew Schultz, aka Mr. Get Eat Your Shoes. And who am I with, as always? Joseph Huggins, aka Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod. Episode 215. The mushrooms made me do it, motherfuckers. What's going on?
How's it going, man? Another day.
You say, how's it going?
Yeah, how's it going?
Oh, I thought you said that was a good one. And I was like, what?
No, how's it going? Same old shit. Usual.
Same shit, different toilet?
It's supposed to be like hailing and stuff. It was like raining, but it wasn't that crazy. Overhyped.
Okay.
I don't trust the DFW like weather guys that much. I'm not like the biggest fans, unless it's David Finfrock, who used to be on Channel 5, homie with the bow tie and the glasses, unless it's him. Like, fuck off.
see, our dude out here, he's mogging. That's right.
Oh, I'm sure.
You DFW fuckers, because you know what? You know what his name is? Dallas Reigns. That is legit. And this dude's like probably like 95. He's like William Shatner, like where it's just like doesn't age. But he does it like he aged into a point, and he's just like super tan, and he like seems very toxic, but he's like not at all. He's
Super nice,
like positive, like yeah, and he's just ready for the day, dude.
There was a time there was like a tornado, and it was in DFW. There was all these tornado warnings, and the guy who does. Can't remember what channel. He might be his replacement. He might be the Finfrock replacement. But he kept interrupting this basketball game. It was like a playoff game. He was like, "Look, I'm sorry. I know you guys hate me. I just don't want you to die." It was like, because there's a tornado. This is important. And like completely ruined this whole basketball game. Like made it go away. It was crazy. And he still to this day gets shit about it. And people just dog this dude.
Well,
Like constantly.
Dude, I'd be like looking for an excuse to get out of a tornado, man. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but he got a lot of flack for that one.
So listen to this. I was like, oh, I should tell the poker story. Yeah. Okay, so my whole week's been crazy. So I was in LA.
Shocking. That's the listeners can just not comprehend. This is the first time in a long time that you've got a wild story. Please continue.
I would say that's true. No. No, maybe not a long time, but there was a period of calm.
I guess.
Like, yeah, for sure there was. So I'm in LA in the middle of the day on Friday, and I'm like handling some business, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go over to Hollywood Park for lunch, like after this. And I was like, I could play for like an hour, eat, and then maybe double my money buying $100. Dude, I'm there for 45 minutes, and I cashed out $360. Like, whoa. And I wasn't even playing for all that. I was just trying to make sure I got out of there with the money, because it's like when you're in like these LA like poker, or just like any poker room, if you like just like come up really like hit it and quit it like that, like you get like kind of jumped for that, like literally like the bicycle like in LA, that's like stories of that. So
people coming in making a ton of money and getting jumped.
Yeah, like a hit and run. Yeah, I started calling it because I did it twice on Friday. But yeah, like so I got up quickly. Like these fuckers like try to like push me like around to the side of the table, and I just had a hand, so I just like clipped them, and then I just started raising. Like every time I had a good hand, I like the people were just like limping in, and in like this poker strategy is called punish the limpers. It's like limping in, and people want to play their hands if they're limping in, so they'll so if you raise it on them, so people going in, that table is a 3-1 blind, so to get in $3, it would be like 3-3-3, so it'd be like $12 in there. I'd be like, okay, I raise it to 23, and then all of a sudden, and then you get like two or three people full, but then two people will call with their shitty like hand, but now there's like they're in for 43 each, and I got fucking ace queen. and then I did that a couple times and just like murk these fools. And, and then like I would go out and like hit the vape, like and then come back and then I just got all my shit together and just bounced like because like eventually I knocked a couple of the people out of the table. So like there was new people on the table, so it wasn't like they didn't really know that I came up on the money so quickly. So I leave. I'm in and out of there 50 minutes on the tracker. I drive home. It's like an hour and a half to get home. Usually it's like 50 minutes, and this is like Friday afternoon. Take a shower, finish whatever the fuck, and then I was like, fuck it, and I just go to Ventura to their poker room, and the fucking wait list is like crazy long. I put my name on it, and I'm there for like 35 minutes, and I haven't even like moved off the wait list. They're not going to open another table for some reason, even though there's like plenty of people to do it. And then I see like the 2-3, which is the next level up. The buy-in there is like 100 minimum, 300 maximum. And I'm always like tempted to play there. I just never do, like yet, or I just haven't really. And but I'm like looking around, and it looks like a lot of the 1-2 players that I normally play with are on the 2-3 because they don't want to wait on the waiting list. So it's kind of like the same kind of fucking idiots, anyways. And I just like came up 300 earlier in the day, so it's kind of a free roll. So I put my name on the 2-3 wait list, and then like 15 minutes later, they're calling my name, and I think it's like the second hand, third hand I got dealt, but first hand I played pocket aces, and I'm under the gun, right? So I'm the first one to go once everybody gets their first two cards pre-flop, and all the chips they give you are $5 chips, even though $3 is the blind. So I just first one to act, I just throw in $20. It's my first bet at a 2-3 table in like over 2 years, you know. And also when I was waiting, I played this whole scenario in my head of do you would I fold pocket aces? Because really I'm only on the 2-3 to play until I get on back onto the 1-2, and I just want to maintain my role here. And I'm like, do I have to go all in pre-flop pocket aces? I'm thinking about this, like, 'cause that's how much I just don't really want to spend this $300, you know? And then I get the pocket aces, and then I'm like, so I go in 20, goes around. I don't know who calls or not, but then it gets to this kid who's at the opposite end of the table, and he re-raises to 100. Everybody folds up to me, and I just was like, I was like, okay, it's go time. And so then I just like took a couple breaths, stacked it up. I was like, all right, well, I'm all in. Like, how much is that? I was like, it's 300 exactly. And then I like was like leaning on the table, and then the kid was like, and then he starts looking at me like he's doing like a fucking like poker movie type shit, like trying to read me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I just like lean back, but my heart now is like going crazy. And he's like, fuck it, I call. So then I don't turn over my cards. And out comes fucking something to ace, and then a two. So I get a full house. And then something else comes out, and one of these, like, there's like two brothers at the table. One of them's Rodney, my homie, who's always like, the sun's coming, the sun's coming. Well, the other brother goes, oh, what you got, the nut deuce? And I go, I don't know, is that the nut deuce? And I flip out my hand and just like taking the 600. And Rodney's like, oh, we got a new player at the table. We got a new player. You thought you could push him around? All of a sudden, he's like on my side, and then 2-3 hands later, not even, I get no next hand, maybe the next hand, because I'm on the button now. No, no, because I was under the gun. So button 3 hands later. 3 hands later, I get dealt A7 suited on the button. Last to act. Um, Big boy raised it up 25 this time. Couple callers. I call on the button. A7-6 comes out on the flop. Big boy raises it to 60. The same guy I just took all of his money. Uh, Guy next to him calls the 60. I slow play it. Just call the 60. Seven comes out on the turn, gives me a full house. Big boy's first to act. What does he do with all of his money that he just bought back in with? Goes all in. Guy next to him really wants to call. I'm just sitting there with a full house. But the guy next to him doesn't call. I go call, flip. Like you can call an all in or go all in and just put in one chip, so you don't have to move in your entire thing. but I didn't want to slow play this at all because I just knew that I just fucked this dude for 600 bucks. I just took him for three. I'm about to take him for three again. So I go call, put a chip in, and immediately flip my hand over. And then they put like the river card out. I don't even know what he had either hand. Like and took all of his money up to $1,000. Look at the tracker. I've been playing for 15 minutes. Uh, so then I fuck around for like 20 more minutes, and then my name's finally at the top of the lower limit table, and so I use that as an excuse to bounce out. And I'm like, oh, I'm up on the list on the other table, so I'm gonna cash out, go play the other table for like 40 minutes and get the fuck out.
It's pretty good, man.
I know. So total playing time with the two tables where I won the money was under 90 minutes, and I made $900.
Well, whenever you want to pay me back for that peach pit bet, you let me
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
Catch
Yeah.
me on that Zell. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. For
Okay.
sure. For
Okay.
sure.
That
For
was
sure.
that was Friday. That was Friday, right?
More
So
poker tales.
no. So there's this little youngster that was like in group therapy with me back in the day, and like I've talked to him. I never really hung out with him, but we've been talking recently, and I was bored. So this is before I went on Friday to the second poker room. We were gonna hang out, but then we just didn't go through. So I went and played poker, and that happened. So he hits me up the next day, and he doesn't have a car. He has like a motorbike or something. So I was like, yeah, I'll go pick you up. But the last time we were supposed to hang out, this guy told me that he was in the valley, hiding out from the police, and this guy
Okay.
has
Okay.
and
Tight.
and
Tight.
this guy's like called the cops on his like special lady friend for, and like I've seen crazy texts from her like telling him that he can just she goes, just punch me in the face, just punch me in the face and just see how it feels. And I'm like, what the
What the
fuck? He's like,
hell?
I swear to God. I'm like, what is in this is insane, dude. And he's like telling her, no, I don't want to punch you in the face. She's like, just try it. Like what? And then like she got 5150, dog. Like so that's like the lead up. Like this is the shit I know
So
about this
that's
guy.
a
This
Chief Keef line. I just want the blue cheese in 1,000 islands. Bitch, you want me to punch you? Bitch, you're wildin'. That's the Chief Keef line.
yeah,
Tony
you know,
Montana.
yeah.
That's
I'll
fucking
choke you, but
crazy.
I'd punch you. I don't know.
That's crazy, dude. That's
And
wild.
the choking is more of just like emotion. It's not really actual
No,
choking,
that's dude, that's crazy, bro. To be texting that to somebody, just punch me in the face and see
Yeah,
how
but it
it
was like
feels.
she knew that he was mad at her. It wasn't like a sexual thing.
So like feel yeah, that makes it that's even weirder. Like
No, I know, I know.
punch
I
me in the
want to
face,
clarify how weird this is.
you'll feel better, bruh. Get out of here.
Yeah, so this is what I know. So we're gonna go hang out. And I go, hey, and we might be talking about doing some disco shit if you know what I'm saying. And I was like, hey, I don't need to worry about like picking you up and then like going to pick up some Britney Spears, 'cause, with the whole Popo thing, right? No, this is also on the Signal chat app, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore because I'm talking about it
Yeah,
on
you
live.
probably shouldn't, but okay,
No,
continue.
it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's too good of a story to not
All
tell,
right,
so
well
I have to
get
tell it.
come on, come
Okay,
on.
I'm kind of there. So he goes, no, they just wanted me for questioning. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. This is like at 3 a.m. when I'm like back from the poker room. Even though I didn't even say that late. I don't know why it was like so late. But so I go pick him up, and where he lives, it's like this big. It's not. It's like this like two lane, like one lane each way road, but like 18 wheelers go on it. It's like a big back road, and it goes by all these like farms. And his neighborhood, it's like one way in, one way out. You go like down this like road past the farms, and then there's houses on the once you get past it. So you have to pull in there, and so I'm driving down the road, this long small road, and then I see right in front of me, dude, three, not one, not two, three sheriffs SUVs driving, and then they pull off to the side of the road, and I've never been here before. I'm looking at Waze. I just know I'm on his street, and I go, dude, and I'm texting him on the Signal app. I go, yep, three. I go, turn on your street. I was like, oh, three cops, and he doesn't say anything. And I look at Waze and I realize like it's really not that close to his house. It's the street, but it's like not like they're pulling up to his house, you know. So I keep driving. I get to his house. He tells me, pull up like past that. Don't pull in the driveway and pull like 10 feet past the house. Is what he says. I said fine. Pull up. I say here, And I don't know what the fuck I'm thinking, but I'm like, okay, well, I wanted to smoke a joint, so I pull out the joint, and I go and I light it, and I look in my rear view, and I just see coming up over the hill, like the tiny little hill. First cop car, sheriff car. Second one, third one. I'm like, oop, and I put it back, the joint back into like the canister that it was in, and then he's walking down his driveway, and he opens my car door, and he's got a book in his hand, and he's like, "Hey, dude." I go, "Yo, look behind you." And he he puts the book down in my car, turns around, and the three cops are out of the car, and they just fucking run up and grab him. And he goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "Maybe you should get out of here." And I just start driving, like before he's even done talking, like not fast, but like I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go." Dude, I got this is weird. I specifically brought this up, and now it almost looks like I'm setting him up, dude. Like I'm like, this whole thing is insane. It's like I was so like in flow state with poker that I was reading shit so much that I fucking read that the cops were gonna be here to pick this fool up when if I went over and pick him up. They do. I keep driving down the neighborhood and I realize like this is when I find out it's one way only in and out. So it's a dead end for me. So then I'm like, fuck. And then I'm like, what is this book? I open, I open the book. It's not a book, dude. It's like a stash like thing, and he's got a syringe in there, and like a fucking like petri dish, like with like a ball, like a cotton ball, that you would like do the whole fucking thing. No drugs, but like unfortunately, I'm saying no.
Wow, fuck
But
that. He
like
has a
but
whole kit and
yeah,
caboodle.
whole right.
A
And
basketball diaries starter kit.
and now I'm trapped at the back of the neighborhood with it. So I grab it. I go put that in my trunk. And then I start to try to creep out of the neighborhood, see if maybe there was like another like a different fork in the road where I could go and not have to pass them. And I see one of the cop cars parked, and so then I like fuck and I like, ooh, sorry, I turned down the wrong way, or like a dead end, and then I turned back around. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go and just deal with this. And I drive past, and two of the cop cars were there, parked by his house, but nobody in it. And one of the cops' cars was missing, and nobody was there. And so I got out of there, went to Taco Bell, went home, and then I hit him up on the Signal app. And on Signal, you can see whether or not somebody's messaged you. Or I mean, if they've like it has read receipts, it doesn't say read or whatever.
Yeah.
And so all the messages that I've sent him since the incident, he hasn't seen. So, and I didn't know how to like get him out of jail or anything. I didn't know his last name. Isn't that insane?
So he was literally getting in your car.
Open my
Why?
car door.
Why was he bringing that shit with him?
Uh, Cause he like I had asked to do some adult
You stop talking
white
about it.
people drugs, and he wanted to do some billionaire uh
Terrible idea.
billionaire type drugs, and that's
Terrible
the
idea.
type. And
Terrible idea.
I told him that I could swing him by the place to go grab
Terrible idea.
his ketamine.
Terrible idea.
I didn't know he was shooting it, bro.
Terrible idea.
I
How
agree.
long ago was he questioned by them?
He wasn't questioned. He was hiding out in the valley, so he wasn't going to get questioned, is what he told me.
Well, they found
And
out.
then he was going to explain to me, furthermore, what he was being questioned about whenever he got into my car, except for he never got in my car.
Well, somebody narked him out for them to find him.
Well, if he was hiding out, that means that they knew where he lived. But also, if it's just questioning, why are you hiding?
Wonder what he did, bro.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
Pour one out for the homie. I know.
Crazy. I don't know what I would do. I'd be like,
If it was you, I would I would make an effort to go get you out of the jail. Here, I like Googled some shit, but like, he said he was only up for questioning, and like, I'm like, what am I gonna do? Am I posting bail? I know I just won $900, but come on, guys. I don't know his last name. And that in order to look up somebody, that's the reason why I bring that up was that you typed in their first two letters of their first name, first two letters of their last name. That was the only way to, or their booking number if you had it. At least the place that I was looking at. I did feel like kind of an obligation though because it's like I'm the only one who knows that he got arrested.
Well,
I like
who
I'm the
was he
only
staying with?
witness. He like I was it was outside of his house. I don't know who he lives with. I think it's like a I want to say like an older relative or like an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent or something. I don't know this kid very
Whatever
well,
they were
dude.
doing, they were going down the list looking for him in all the spots in the area where they could find him, like
But it's in
grandma's house.
the timing is insane because it wasn't like a set time that we had. It was like I was just like, yeah, I'll cruise over in a bit, and I'm like watching them. They pull over. They're like plotting. They're like showing, like looking at a map. Like this is where we're gonna go, boys. And it like look, and you could see in the fucking. I would tell him three cop cars. And then he walks out and just like doesn't even see him there.
Yeah, I have a story that's a little bit similar. In that one time, I was coming home from work, and outside in the parking lot of my place in Denton, there was like a SWAT car, and there was all these cops in like SWAT gear, like out by the pool. I was like, oh shit, like what's about to go down? And this is when I was living with Felix, so I was like what's happening? And no, it was like five houses down. So like the town, there was like apartments and townhomes. And the townhomes, it was like a big horseshoe. Parking lot was basically like 3/4 of a rectangle where everybody faced the parking lot. If you walked out your front door, you could see people to your left and straight across. Exit was over there. Well, I'm out front smoking a cigarette. The SWAT team rolls, comes flying up the backside, slams on the brakes. 10, 12 dudes hop off of this. And these are small, like 3-bedroom townhomes. All hop off because they're hanging on the side of it. Like they're not even like in
Yeah,
it, half
I
of
mean,
them.
if you're gonna be on the SWAT team, might as well.
They roll up to the front door. These people that are like across, like they're not in our set of doors. It's the ones across to the left. But I mean, it'd be a 15-second walk to their front door. Dude, they were in there. Boom, blow this door off the walls. Start pulling. They pull out like 17 people out of this like little trap house thing, and that I didn't even know. Never saw anybody come in or out of there. Had no idea like who actually lived there. But dude, blew this door off the wall. Pulled out just under 20 people out of this little tiny ass apartment, pulling out all these bags of stuff. And what's funny is I was out front, and then there's a bunch of us watching. At a certain point, well, one of them ends up being my buddy. His name was Frog. Frog was a shit.
Oh,
This is how I met Frog.
was
He
this? Is this Jesse Ventura?
his name was Henry, but
Oh,
he went by Frog.
not
Uh,
Frog Man.
but his place was right next to it. So he sees them roll up, and he like walks outside, and he's like smoking a Rillo, just like oh shit. So I've never met him before. He walks over to us, and he's like, "Hey man, what's up?" And that's how I met this guy. And he was like, I was like, "Oh, what's up?" It's like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. And we hung out with him, watched the SWAT team break up this like cartel ring in the apartment complex supposedly, and then haul them all off in some paddy wagon. It was crazy as shit. Craziest, one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Because they were
See,
like decked out, like the helmets, the goggles, the vests. Like it wasn't like you'll see the cops go in and they kick a door in and they still got their Oakleys on and they just got their vests. Like these guys were decked the fuck out, Denton SWAT team, like to the T. I thought it was a hostage situation.
um,
Holly Hills, baby.
were you hanging out with the South African ladies back when I was like Candace and Natasha Vermeulen?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I rolled up like she started hanging out with some meth heads, and I was gonna. Uh, I don't even know if I should say this part. Okay, it doesn't even matter. I was there one time on some business. I'll just say that, not nothing to do with meth. But and these guys like pulled out guns and all this shit, and they're like everybody in the neighborhood is like a fucking dealer or a tweaker or something, And then next time I go to that apartment complex, SWAT team's there. Everybody's arrested in the parking lot, and it's just me. And like I pull in and I just drive as if I don't know anything. Just keep on moving. So I think there's been like a few times in my life where that's like happened. Where it's just like, dude, you got there like 5 minutes before, you're fucked.
Yeah, we've had
Like
some.
like like that like that kid gets in my car 2 minutes, 1 minute before they see him get in my car, and then we got the syringe. It's just stupid.
Then you're that person on Cops who's like, "What? You had that in my car?" They're like, "So you didn't know?" You'd be like, "No, I had no idea." Yeah, it's a night.
Literally, I literally thought it was a book. It worked.
That's crazy. And that he threw it in there. He had to have seen him
Oh yeah, he did
when
it.
he
Like
when
he
he
did it on purpose for sure. No,
yeah when
he didn't see them until I go, dude, look behind you. And then I'm like thinking in my head, like if I was a narc, like this is the most narky thing ever. It's like, hey dude, like what about the cops? And then I pull up, and then he goes to get in my car, I go, hey, turn around. You're busted. It's like that's how it was. Like I'm the one who told them the cops were there, and they were right behind them, and the cops were like it was almost like I don't think they realized that this guy just stumbled into their lap. They like had to plan to on how to they're gonna go up to the pound on the door, and then they thought he might be like running and like getting in the car, and he's like no, just turning around, walking like to them. He's like, hey, what's up? It's like they're like oh. It's like they almost like fumbled the ball because it was like too easy. It's like you're wide open.
how
Like
far away were they? Whenever
I'm
you
telling you, they pulled up right behind. I pulled up right past the house. They just pulled up to the house. I made enough room so that three fucking suburban or Tahoe sheriff's vehicles could pull up right behind me, like all like parallel. So crazy. And then I'm just like home like 30 minutes later, like wow, and like a little upset. And then I'm like, what am I talking about? I'm not going to jail like this dude.
he did something.
Yeah, but come on, I get like not wanting to tell me if you did something, but like when I ask you about it ahead of time, maybe you got to tell me that. You know,
I'd be like, I'd want to know what it was. I would be like, no, you're telling me now. You're telling me what it is now. I'm picking you up.
he asked me not like yesterday or not this is not yesterday. This is on Saturday, but like one time he asked me like a few weeks ago if I wanted to meet the special lady friend, you know. I'm gonna say her name. Shout her out, Serena. Um, and I go, maybe if we were like doing drugs or something. And he's like, fair enough.
Well, this should be your sign to stay away from stupid shit like that.
Well, I agree. I like usually
You're about
do.
to get into some stupid shit, and then the dude that you're going to get into some stupid shit with got plucked up like he was in a fucking claw machine by the county sheriff. Knock it off.
And I manifested it. I felt like
That's stupid.
I agree.
Therapy
Brought me back.
questions. Stupid.
I shared these therapy questions with someone, and they said, I don't believe this is somebody who was looking for men in therapy, uh, in the dating pool. I don't believe you've been in therapy if you think these are therapy questions. That was the response.
Okay.
I was like, because I was explaining to this person the origin of the therapy questions, but we got sidetracked, and so I get the confusion. Okay, yeah. Therapy question number one: you have to fight one U.S. president in their physical prime. Who you picking? And it can't be Trump.
President in their physical prime.
Joe Biden would whoop some ass in his physical prime.
Yeah, Joe Biden would. Washington would whip somebody's ass
Yeah,
in their
I know who
physical
I'm
prime.
fighting. I know who I'm fighting. It's Teddy Roosevelt, obviously. Come on, Teddy fucking Roosevelt, dude. The dude is a beast, beast.
So you're looking for a challenge.
Yeah. Oh, bro. If I'm fighting a U.S. president, it's either him or Andrew fucking Jackson.
See, Jackson would just be like, he wouldn't go down, like he wouldn't stay down. You'd beat him,
Good. Then I could just
but
keep
he would just
punching
like
his
he would
fucking
keep getting
racist
up.
face.
He'd keep getting up, and you'd be like,
I'll
stay
be like, ooh.
down.
I'll be like, here's another trail of
It'd be
tears.
one of those fights that you watch, and they were like, "Hey man, stay down, quit getting up." Like someone in
Yeah.
the background's like, "He gonna hurt you, stop."
They call it the octagon of tears.
Yeah, Washington would be cool because he'd be a hard ass. Teddy Roosevelt would be a hard ass. Biden would be a hard ass. I feel like Nixon would be a dick. Nixon, physical prime Nixon would.
Tricky Dicky?
He's such a fucking asshole. There's no way he couldn't
I
throw
know,
hands.
but do you want to fight him?
Lincoln would be tough because he's got the reach. He's tall, so he'd be jabbing.
I mean,
you to
most
death,
of these
but
presidents
he's
are
pretty
tall.
passive. But he's pretty passive. He was pretty passive and like timid, so he wouldn't like, like rage.
I mean,
out
the reason
on
why
you.
I said you can't pick Trump because he's 6'4", 250, homie. He's Travis Kelsey, homie. You don't want to fight that.
Or like
You work your ass.
Ulysses S. Grant would probably be a fight.
Oh, for sure, dude. He's wasted.
Yeah, well, because we're talking about it in his prime.
Right. Well, he's prime. He's
probably
wasted in his
wasted
prime.
too.
What
Yeah,
do you mean?
yeah.
It's Ulysses,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's like, bro.
He's like, I'm wasted. He's like, I'm in
He's
my
like,
tent.
in
You
my
can find
prime,
me. You'll find me in my tent.
The handle's at
Pass the fuck up.
half full, at my prime.
Go Union.
That's right.
you're like,
Shout
oh,
out. Shout
okay,
out.
Ulysses. He's like, hold on a second. Yeah. Ooh.
As if there wasn't enough like Issies and S's and Ulysses. He's like Ulysses S. Grant. Motherfucker.
Yeah, but that would be cool. Like, if you wanted like an easy fight, I feel like Jefferson would be an easy fight.
What?
Yeah. He's all artsy fartsy. You could take him out.
Oh, why? Because he hung out in France.
Yeah. And then
Shout out to the French.
modeled his house after French. Freedom
I
fries.
went to a French restaurant on Sunday in Venice Beach. Shout out. I had Le Club Spritz. $14 watermelon Red Bull mocktail. 2 of them.
Spent $28 on Red Bull mocktails.
I didn't think about it when I ordered the second one. I was like, yeah, I'll have another one. I spent $90 there, dude. And I didn't drink any alcohol.
$28 of it was on Red Bull. A third.
I mean, it was like a Red Bull drink.
A third of it was Red Bull.
And the person I was with told me that, like, are you okay? Like, you've been kind of jittery. And they didn't realize there was Red Bull in my drink. And I was like,
yeah, I'm fine. This date's great.
Who said it was a date? Who said it was a date?
Here's so funny. It's like, whoa, bro.
If it was a date, it went well. But I didn't say it was a date.
If you had to fight a president, which president do you think you would fight? I would totally fight Teddy Roosevelt. He was a badass. What about you?
Where's the laugh coming? Was that a Red Bull laugh?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. You're tweaking, bro. You geeked out.
I was
playing Xbox all day.
I was.
Yeah, $30 worth of Red Bull.
Well, I got there early, and
drinking Red Bulls.
No.
I got there early. I had a couple Red Bulls before snuck one in.
Maybe like a THC drink, but like no, the everybody who works there is French, and the French bartender dude is like trying to get me to like order a drink, and they come out with like they got like the bottle of water, like like the big glass bottle, and they
yeah.
Nah, but no, it's flat.
Yeah,
it's flat.
yeah, it's flat water. Yeah,
yeah, but so, and then like 5 minutes go by, and he's like, do you want the drink? And I was like, I'm gonna order something, dude. I was like, I'm just waiting. She's like, just told me she's like coming up. She's like parking, and he's like, so what? And I was like, it's a first date, dude. And I'm just thinking it would be better. He's like, oh, okay.
He's like, yes, the first
yeah,
date.
but he's like no respect for waiting for her otherwise.
He's like, why would you do that?
I guess I just outed myself that it was a date now. Now I've confirmed
boom,
it.
Boom.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Punk ass.
Shit. Therapy question number 2. You can replace one Olympic event with something absurd that you're confident you could medal in. What's the event?
Voices, like a voice challenge. I think I could do pretty good at that.
How's that judged? Just
lawn,
like kind of
lawn mowing and weed eating, dude. There's a competitive lawn
weed
mowing.
eating.
Yeah, like we eat with the weed eater when you're
Oh
weed
yeah,
trimming. Yeah,
yeah.
like some sort of challenge like that. Yeah, crush it.
I tell you, that one time I had to do community service, and they gave us we're doing fire abatement, and they gave us the weed whackers, and we had to like take a hill, and it was like going into battle, dude. It was like 12, 15 of us, and we're going up the hill, like taking these weeds, but then there's like rocks flying everywhere, so you're just getting like just pelted in the head and like the cheeks with like rocks, and just like it was fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, that'd be a good Olympic sport. What about yours?
Mine would be absurd, but poker done. Why isn't that already an Olympic sport?
It's supposed to be absurd.
I know, but
So what's your absurd thing you'd be good at?
um
You always do this. You always skirp. You're like
I don't
slippery.
skirp. Skirp.
You're like the greased up deaf guy on Family Guy. Like no one can grab
Wow,
you.
wow.
That's his name, greased up deaf guy.
But how am I like him?
With the therapy questions, you get all slippery. You're like, it's not absurd. Poker, duh, whatever. Next
I
question.
didn't say duh.
It's got to be absurd. Give me an absurd thing you would be
Okay,
good
well, I just wanted to say that when I was thinking of the absurd thing, I was like, why? What would I be good at? What could I medal in? And then I thought poker, and I'm like, why isn't poker already like? Why is that not in
at.
the
True.
Olympics? Okay,
Okay.
that's all. I just wanted to say that it wasn't dismissive of the therapy question. It was additive.
Okay, so what's your absurd thing?
Frame mogging.
Okay.
I mean, if you think about it, not frame mogging, just mogging. To I'm
It's
just
like
trying
your
to get
new
our demo.
favorite
I'm trying to
word.
get our
It's like your new
demographic.
favorite word to use. You're just trying to hit like certain. If you say mog 15 times.
Well, I already hit us with the cartel maxing.
Yeah, that's true.
Uh, but no. Well, because it's like, is lifting weight is like bodybuilding? Is that it?
Powerlifting, yeah, that's
Right. So it's
100%.
like, so why isn't just like, who's the best looking person in the world? Why is that not the Olympics? I don't know if I could medal in
I
that,
think
but
they
like,
have that,
what is it?
like Miss Universe, Miss
Oh yeah,
USA,
you
Mr.
yeah,
Universe. Yeah,
you're
so
right.
that,
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
talking about in the Olympics though, where
yeah.
we got serious ass athletes.
True, but that's where they would run into like you could come into issues like what's more important, winning a Stanley Cup or winning a gold medal in the Olympics for hockey. Probably they would all tell you the Stanley Cup.
No, they would all say the gold medal
No, that's
because we
bullshit.
hadn't done it in 46 fucking years. Are you
No, I'm
kidding
talking
me?
about the average hockey player, not
The average
you.
hockey player, the average Stanley Cup winner doesn't get to go on Saturday Night Live. The average gold
Mm,
medal, the gold medal was a big fucking deal.
I know. I'm just saying. There's certain sports where it's like it means more to win the Olympic gold medal running than it does to win the world championships in track and
I
field.
understand what you're saying. I
Both
understand
are
what
good.
you're saying.
So I think you would run into that same dichotomy because it makes more. It's more important to win the Masters or the British Open than it is to win the Olympics in golf
Right.
or the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, you're right.
So you would have that.
Do you know who won the gold in the Olympics for golf last time?
Japan.
I want to shout him out.
I don't
No,
know.
it was the United States.
Oh, okay.
But who won the actual gold? It's a person.
Deschamps. What's his name?
No, DeChambeau.
Who?
Bryson.
Bryson.
Xander Schauffele, San Diego State representative, Aztecs
Oh.
Boombaye.
Oh, who cares? Who cares?
Shout out X Man.
But yeah, I think you'd run into that problem. Same with poker. I think you could run into that where it would be like, which tournament means more at this point? Because like for some sports, yes, winning a gold means more than winning like the championship. But in some, winning the championship means more than winning the gold.
Right.
World Series versus a World Baseball World
Classic.
Championship
Yeah.
baseball. Like they're gonna say, "Oh, I want to win the World Series." Like that's why I say
You're
it's
right.
the
You're
same
right.
with,
There
same
is
with
yeah,
hockey.
but
Like,
with
I feel
hockey,
like
I think it's just different for America.
for America, sure, but I mean,
Well, maybe not anymore because we just did win it. But like, you haven't won it since the Miracle on Ice in 1980. You know, like that was a big deal.
like if you're like a Sidney Crosby and you're on your way out in your career and you've already won the Stanley Cup a couple times, winning that like back to back or 3 gold medals, like that's cool.
Well, Sidney Crosby's Canadian, so he didn't win.
But like what meant, whenever they had to say like, oh, winning the gold medal means more to me than winning an NBA championship. They had to start saying that because they started slacking on their Mac, and when it came to being in the NBA, they had to lose the Olympics and
Oh,
lose
you're
their
talking about the NBA, the Dream
yeah
Team?
yeah
Yeah.
whenever they reassembled it after they got
Well, I'm the
embarrassed.
most patriotic motherfucker you know. Like, I would think like winning anything for your country for sure, but I get what you're saying. I mean, I
Some
don't
of
know.
them are just held in. Some of them have been that championship's been around longer than that gold medal was in that sport. So that's where it's like, oh, you're on Lord Stanley's Cup. Like, that's super cool. Not the Olympics don't matter, but that's like got a different gravitas to it, you know?
I wonder what a snowboarder would say. Um, X Games or
You know,
Olympics.
NASCAR championship or Daytona 500. You you don't make the
Well,
playoff.
that's the same sport.
No, but
Like, I mean,
you
that's
could
the
tell,
same like
but
league. I mean,
yeah, but what I'm saying is you could tell somebody you don't win the Sprint Cup Series, but you win the Daytona 500. They go, okay,
yeah,
sold.
for sure,
Like
for sure.
they would throw it all. Like that's normally what happens too. You rarely win both, but if you could, and that's the first race of
Well,
the year.
that's the same thing with golf. Like you were just saying with golf. Like I'll win the master. You win the Masters, but you're not the PGA champion. You know, PGA
Yeah.
champion. They've really upped that shit up though. Like you make like 15-20 million to
Oh
be the
yeah,
PGA
yeah.
champion.
They really want you to push for it.
Yeah,
That
like because before they're like
incentivize it.
nobody gave a shit. Yeah, now it's like no, dude, you can really cash in.
Yeah.
But it's just why we already know it's Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah.
Okay. Therapy question number 3. You can only communicate using song lyrics for 24 hours. What artist are you choosing?
Hmm. For 24 hours, if I'm in a bad mood, it'd be like Brother Lynch Hung lyrics and stuff like that, just like real rowdy
Okay,
project or
this is a
project,
day. This is a
yeah,
24-hour
or
day
Project Pat lyrics.
for a whole day.
Yeah, someone's like, "What are you
You're
doing?"
just
I'm like,
like bok bok chicky chicky
"No."
bok
Someone
bok.
would be like, "What are you doing, man?" I'd be like, "It's gold mouth stacking dollars." Come on, bro, all day.
So done. So
Yeah.
quickly annoyed.
Back another day at the job, and I gotta get to work. Tell me something funny so I can laugh and smirk. About to take my lunch break. I'll be gone for about an hour. Make sure you put the milk in the fridge or it will get sour.
I mean, if you said like a whole hypnotized camp like
Yeah,
posse,
that'd be
the
awesome.
whole like 3 6, if you got the whole group, because then you could be like, who the motherfucker stole my mom? No, that's not even
They'd be
them.
like, "What are you gonna do today? We gonna smoke. We gonna ride. We gonna drink and get high.
Okay.
Drink and get. Come on, man. I could do a whole day talking like Project Pat for sure. Nas would be tight too because people would just be like, "Man, he's so deep."
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of who's the most prolific out there, and then I got the most words to use.
Who would yours be?
It's got to be like for me, Beach Boys. Duh. Moving on.
Everybody, you
I,
get
I,
locked.
I could get a lot then. No,
You
no,
get
not the Beach
locked
Boys.
up.
No, not the Beach Boys. Probably be like shit. I don't know, D'Angelo at this point. Like I don't know, some R&B
No,
bullshit.
you'd be
Some R&B.
no, you'd be on some R&B like one hit wonder shit. You'd be on like Joe. You'd be like, "Girl, I wanna know what makes you cry." That'd be
I
you.
literally did a cover song of that.
Tell me what I gotta do to please you, baby. Anything you say,
Say
I
I
do.
do.
That's
Yeah.
you, dude. You just be
I
like
have
walking
that song.
from
I
the
published that
bottom
song.
of my heart. It's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's you, bro.
I think I got like 700 views
I
on
like
that.
to know. I like to know. Oh, I can be all that and more. Oh, girl, tell me why. Yeah, that's you, bro, for
Yeah,
sure.
dude. Breakup bangers.
Or you be on some Tyrese, like, sweet lady,
Oh, yeah, see
would you
now we're
be
talking.
my... You just be walking around town saying that to every woman you see for 24 hours.
Yeah,
I'll be there
yeah.
when you need me.
Talk
Just
about it.
call and receive me.
Tell them.
That's a banger. That's when people are like, oh, Tyrese is cool. And then he stopped singing. And he was like, I'm too fast, too furious.
Dude, I mean, if you're just going to the box office every like 10 months, like cashing a check or
Oh
whatever,
yeah, no, I mean that
it's
makes
like,
sense. Like
it's
we're
insanity.
doing
Like that
Fast
they
and
still get to
Furious
do it.
15. He's like, "Are you in?" They're like, "Yeah, dude. Like
Yeah.
I need to get bills to pay. What the
Well,
fuck
they
are you?"
stopped asking. They stopped asking. They're
Yeah.
like, we're all doing this for
It's
life
like
now, right?
Scientology. You've signed up for a billion-year contract to do Fast and Furious.
But except for they're just paying you way more
Instead
money
of
than you
L.
ever
Ron
thought
Hubbard,
ever.
instead of L. Ron Hubbard, it's like a picture
Because
of Paul
I mean,
Walker.
the reason why they're
Ooh,
making it is
too soon.
they're fucking profitable, and they're like, I haven't seen any of them really.
But right though, instead of a picture of L. Ron Hubbard they talk to, it's a big picture of Paul Walker.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
Or you're not
no,
Diesel.
no, because no, because Paul Walker's
Paul Walker
no
is a
longer.
martyr.
Yeah, and
He's a
L.
martyr.
Ron,
He died in a
yeah,
car.
yeah, he died in a car
Yeah.
on video right before. Ugh,
Mm.
crazy, dude. Crazy, crazy,
Dude,
crazy.
R.I.P. Pull one out.
It is sad though. Whenever I was, what was it? There was an interview where they were talking about Ryan Dunn, and they were like, "You're gonna." Big Bam's mom's like, "Dude, you're gonna die in a car crash. Like the way you drive, you're insane.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're going to
Ryan
die in
Dunn.
a
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna die in a car crash." And he goes, "No, you're wrong. Correction, a fiery car crash." That's like what he told her, like months before he died. Was like, no, 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 correction. It'll be a crazy, fucking wild, fiery car crash. Is how I'm gonna die, and that's literally how he died. And then Paul Walker, I mean, that car was like crazy powerful, which is like, I don't know. Cars like that, like it's got 1,500 horsepower. I'm like, why would you drive that? That's insane. You can't even go that fast. Like, go live in Germany, go drive on the autobahn. Then it's
Well,
what
I actually heard that's what happened was that Paul Walker's still alive and he lives in Germany and now he can just drive the Autobahn for whenever he wants,
mile at a time.
quarter mile at a time.
Yeah, no, yeah, because guess what? With him, winning is winning.
Yeah. And with me, picture me rolling.
Shout out underrated role, Paul Walker as Lance Harbor in the movie Varsity Blues.
Oh, hey, pour one out for Vanderbeek. They're both
Right?
That's
Sad.
crazy.
And Vanderbeek's is wild. What was it, like stage 4?
You know what's weird? It's because like
cancer?
that high school is like a low budget version of our high school,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had so many people from our high school die, and then like the two main stars in that high school are dead. Like it's before us. It's crazy.
Yeah. That movie was really good.
Yeah, no shit.
It's like terrible, but it's great. It's like
It's
super
not even
corny.
terrible.
No,
I've
it
watched
is.
I've watched it recently.
I love the whole like Bud Kilmer's racist, so he won't let him run the ball in. He's like, I got my mama doing my recruiting for me. It's a bootleg. It's a bootleg to Lance or an out route to Tweeter.
I mean, that's like John Voight. Like that's the character he needs to be playing at all times. Like just scumbag. Like
Yeah,
just real life.
scumbag
Because
code.
that's how he is in real life.
Yeah, that's true.
He sucks. But he gave us Angelina Jolie
Yeah, I guess if that's how you want
and
to
Billy
feel.
Bob Thornton.
Yeah, no, okay. I love me some Billy Bob Thornton.
I don't know how John Voight gave us that, but okay. Therapy question. Final therapy question. Therapy question number 4. You're entering a spelling bee, but your coach is a rapper who's prepping you.
Blackalicious.
Oh, fuck you. That was what I was going to say.
Blackalicious for sure, dude.
And
No
you
doubt.
know I did the motherfucking
Him or like Andre 3000. I think you unplugged your microphone. You unplugged your microphone. You've unplugged your microphone. Boy, go take all these thousands of dollars you win and go buy a new goddamn mic.
How's that sounding now?
Boom, boom, boom. We're good.
Um,
I started
I
doing
feel
that to everybody now when they screw
But
up.
this mic is supposed to be good. I bought this mic for the fucking podcast. The producer told me to buy it for the podcast.
It's just like your stand sucks, dude.
Well, I think it's the wire, the input like to the back of it. I think it's like
Probably.
it got bent or something. So then it's like loose. That's it. It's not like the mic's fault.
Just buy a new mic, dude.
Okay, whatever. I'll buy a new cord.
or a new
Or a new
headphones.
mic.
Pick one: new headphones or a new microphone.
What's wrong with my headphones?
The ones that are lopsided and missing an ear pad on one side.
Well, it's because they're like noise canceling.
So that's what it is. So
Yeah,
so they need to have two separate. They need to have two different sizes.
for me.
Get
It's
out
not
of
too
here.
different. It's the covers off of this one. This
Yeah,
one's
I know
yeah
you're missing the foam cover.
yeah. I am
How,
not missing. It's in my backpack.
why don't you put it on?
I'll just be honest. Where what got crazy one day and she ripped it off. This is like when I first got these. Shout out Quick Draw gave me these. Um, and I've had like I've employed multiple women, including my mom, exes as exes, to try to put it back on, and nobody can put it back on. It's intact.
You should just get some wireless ones. Like these are my backups now. I left my
I
other
had
ones
wireless
at
ones, and
work,
then you were telling me not to do them.
but these are wireless, and I love them. But then I don't. But I have my earbuds that are wireless now too, so I don't have any
Yeah.
cable. It makes it easier.
Okay. Well, nobody wants to hear this, anyways.
Futuristic.
Black Alicious, Alphabet Aerobics. That's why Joseph and I said that.
Yeah.
Artificial amateurs aren't all amazing. I had it memorized and then recorded it, and then Black Alicious and that's what I was yelling. Black Alicious and his fucking team came after me harder than anybody ever has. I can't get it up. I can't put it on YouTube. They're like, nope, you're ripping me off. It's like, nah, I'm just
Well,
doing
and they
it.
just used that song in a pretty big ad campaign recently. I can't remember who it was for. I want to say it was for an AI company. It might have been like ChatGPT or something. So that probably doesn't help your case too if they own licensing rights to that and can use it in commercials. Because there's been an uptick. It'll pop
Well,
up on
all the
TV
time
now.
when I'm doing cover songs, I get hit like initially with like the whatever like AI they have like just can like picks it up and it's like, oh, this sounds too similar. And then I just appeal it, and then it goes, and it escalates to appeal, and then it goes to the record label, and the record label has 7 days to review it, and then they're like, okay, yeah, like this is him singing or whatever. Black Alicious, no, he's like, fuck you.
Shout out Black Alicious. Gotta protect that bag, dude.
Apparently,
It's the biggest bag he's ever.
you got
Biggest
Harry
bag he
Potter,
got.
you got Harry Potter out here on YouTube, fucking doing it.
That's Harry Potter.
It's Mr. Goody.
You're
I
not
got
a
that
wizard.
husband dick.
Jesus, you're not a wizard.
I
Tú es no mego. Tu manos es no mego. Tu manos es para gringo.
you want to hear some? You want to hear some?
You know,
This is
Mego's
the
magician. So I told
this
you
is
you
the
were not.
weakest flex ever, but shows you how humble and self-aware I am.
Okay.
Uh, so I just recently got my music like on Spotify and Apple. We remember that a few months back. Uh, so like I'll get thousands of views on songs I put on YouTube, and it kind of gets like caught in like the algorithm pops up on people's feeds, and so it gets out there. I still only have like 51 subscribers on the music side. On Spotify, I had like 4 or 5 monthly listeners, is what they put it. And I'm like, that makes sense. It's like, who the fuck's going to know that I even have music out here? Whatever. I'm on the date. And like I'd mentioned that I'm on Spotify. She clicks on it and it says 24 monthly listeners. And in my head, I'm like, 24? Like, nice. But that's like still really, really small. I look at it yesterday, 34. I'm like, what's going on? Look at it today, 48. Something's happening, Joseph. Something's happening.
If you want to get more views with your songs, you need to make AI generated music videos.
I did do that once, but it's like it just sucks because I did it with Sora, and then it's like flashing Sora like the what do they call it? The watermark, like during it. But it's like crazy fucking video. It's like a festival, like American Dreaming. But it's not that I want to give them no. I'm talking about this is pure audio.
No, I know, but I'm saying you said you get lots of views and you copy the. You should continue that and make AI music videos for that.
Or just music videos.
And you can link those, yeah, or just music videos. But AI would be easier.
I know, but I don't know. Well,
And you need to like branch out. You need to do like
I could do
non
visualizers.
like non serious songs, cover songs. You need to do like
Well, that's I don't think I've told you. I'm gonna put out a acoustic cover album on Spotify and Apple. So like I have a bunch of them, and I like have a way to like and like when you do it on Spotify and Apple, you just have to get the cover license, which my distribution company can handle. Which is different than YouTube, where YouTube you just post it and then you just argue with the fucking record label, and then whatever happens happens. Here I could just do it legit. So we'll see what happens. But
okay.
so what do you think about? So I'm trying to come up with an album name, and I was trying to do like a pun on cover, and I was thinking the cover up, or it's not the crime, it's the cover up. Listeners out there, if you have any ideas, I'll give you a fucking producer credit on it, a writer's credit,
Like the cover up,
like the name of the album.
cover story
Ooh.
would be better. Because cover
Now
up,
that's
it's
what.
gonna be it's an acoustic album.
Yeah.
You gotta cover up. Make the thing is gonna be like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it like the cover story, the alibi. That's a play on because an alibi is a cover story. Boom, highbrow.
Okay. Okay.
Like sentimental covers by Mr. Goody.
No.
And then you got to do something where you make like a Christmas album. But then you could do different stuff, like make like a pumpkin spice latte season album.
Well, you know what
Just
I could do at
just
this point? I
just
could.
12 songs, nothing but AI, hip hop, and 90s dance songs all about pumpkin spice lattes. Boom.
No.
Yes, people would love that shit. It's
I,
stupid. That's why they'd like it.
you know, if you spill a pumpkin spice latte around a group of ants, they'll start a sorority and yoga sessions.
Goat yoga, baby goat
Ant,
yoga,
baby. Oh yeah.
which is tight. Baby goats are the shit. Ready for articles or do you need a little break?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. It's got the longevity today. Mr. Goody Longstrokes. This is from NPR KERA, brought to you by viewers like you. A dose of psilocybin helps smokers quit in new study. The long-term running campaign against making smoke against smoking could find reinforcements from a new wave of research into psychedelics. Through much of the attention around psychedelics has focused on depression and other mental health conditions, researchers believe these substances also hold the potential to transform addiction treatment. A new study makes the strongest case yet for psychedelic drugs' impact on smoking, which remains the leading cause of preventable death in the USA. The trial, conducted by a team at Johns Hopkins University, compared nicotine patches to the active ingredient in magic mushrooms known as psilocybin. At the end of 6 months, those who had taken one dose of psilocybin had more than 6 times greater odds of being abstinent from cigarettes than the counterparts who relied on the nicotine substitute. Everyone in the study Everyone in the study also underwent cognitive behavioral therapy for smoking over the course of 13 weeks. I was surprised by the sheer magnitude of the effects, says Matthew Johnson, the study's author and professor of psychiatry at Johns Hopkins. The findings published in the medical journal on Tuesday came from a sample of 82 current smokers who were randomly separated into two groups. Similar to other psychedelic trials, the participants had support from the facilitators to make sure they were comfortable and prepared for their trip. They ingested a relatively high dose of pure psilocybin. Bro, do you want to quit smoking cigarettes? Yeah, I've wanted to. Well, do you want to come take some pure psilocybin and see if you can quit? Like, hell yeah.
I could actually see it. Like I got over arachnophobia just being on mushrooms around a spider one time. Just was like, oh, just stop being scared of spiders.
Okay.
It's like the GLP-1s, dude.
Okay, so high dose of pure psilocybin. Under the influence, they lay in a room wearing eye shades and listening to soft music, but their overall experience was self-directed, says Johnson. Because there was no placebo, everyone who took psilocybin knew they were getting the drug. I'd hope so. Like you might get fucked up, you might
That
not.
would,
Like
yeah.
that
How
would
could
be
you do a placebo? That'd
wild.
be so fucked up.
Talk about stressful, dude. While this could skew results, Johnson said ensuring the participants were properly blinded has been the has been an ongoing challenge in the study of psychedelics, given that the mind-altering effects, which is why they opt to do different study designs. In total, 17 participants who took psilocybin had stayed off cigarettes at the half-year mark. Only 4 in the nicotine group had achieved that. The findings will need to be replicated in a larger study. Let's go. And ideally in a more diverse population. Let's go. But they raise an exciting prospect, says Megan Piper, who directs UW Center of Tobacco and Research Intervention and was not involved in the current research. It's been 20 years since we've had new medication to help people quit smoking. We need something novel. This is definitely a novel approach. This means 70% of people who are returning to smoke. Damn, that's crazy. What are your thoughts on taking magic mushrooms to quit smoking cigarettes?
No, I think that I could see it actually being helpful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be. I love the theory
It,
that like we're just apes that ate a bunch of mushrooms and then like expanded our view. There's like that whole theory where it was like primates ate a bunch of mushrooms and then that's what led to the development of people. It's a
maybe.
very interesting theory. It's a very interesting theory. Like it's pretty
I
cool.
mean, mushrooms are still available. Primates can still eat them. Like,
No, for sure.
Why aren't they evolving
because
still?
because
Um,
because we ate them and they didn't. They was too
we ate them
scared.
first.
They were
Oh,
too scared,
only one
dog.
of us could get
They were
evolved.
too scared, dog.
I
They were
don't know.
scared
I
as
don't
shit.
know, bro. I don't
We
know,
were
bro.
out there like, I'll eat that.
Okay, but like I believe you could get hypnotized to quit smoking for sure, and I think this is like a similar type of like it's like like because I did like the hypnotherapy and I feel like it worked.
What if you got hypnotized while being on mushrooms? That would be terrifying.
I don't know if you could. Yeah, you probably could for sure.
That would be terrifying. If somebody was like, "Hey," and then you like
Not
coming out
terrifying
of
if you're like not if you're like
coming
in
out
the.
of it. No, but like then coming out. What if you like don't? What if you get stuck in it? I don't
Well,
know.
I've always wondered that because I've talked to like one of the count like one of these spiritual advisors whenever I was doing the group therapies. She had proposed that idea that she had been hypnotized once and then didn't get unhypnotized, and she could just be constantly in a hypnotic state, and she thinks that that might be true or possible that could happen to you. Because like you go through like hypnotic states anyways, like throughout like when you're driving, and you missed your exit and you don't even realize it. That's because you're in a hypnotic state, right? The 30 minutes before you fall asleep, 30 minutes when you wake up, you're in a hypnotic state. It's like you're in and so there's like alpha, beta, delta. I think is sleep. I think you're in theta. Theta mode is when you're in hypnosis.
Yeah, no, I'm good. But that's pretty tight. I mean, we knew this was coming. I swear that's why they were so adamant about not allowing recreational use of this or scientific studies in this type of stuff and been there's been a big
I actually feel like mushrooms are overplayed at this point with all the shit that they're trying to do with it.
well, no, I mean it's definitely become like the new like hip thing. It's like the
Like the
hip moms take mushrooms and watch whatever. Like it's
well,
like, oh, let's
that's
eat
to me
mushrooms and
that's
go.
fine. I'm talking about like the mushrooms, like the silver bullet to any of your problems type thing. You know,
No, for sure, but I mean I think that
is
yeah,
it
like the
silver
whole
bullet? What am I thinking of?
like the micro dosing for everything.
Not well, just yeah, just that mushrooms. Yeah, microdosing just solves everything. You know,
Yeah, it makes it better.
like oh, you got depression, mushrooms. You got anxiety, mushrooms. You got it's like bro, you could get depression and anxiety from mushrooms
Yeah,
as
stressing
well.
mushrooms.
Right. Like, oh,
But
you
make
got
sure, but when you
irritable bowel syndrome?
but
Mushrooms.
make sure you hang out around people you really trust and care about, and will look after you when you're on them. But we're gonna beat that tick in your shoulder one way or another. Like that's like what?
Well, that being said, I do feel like mushrooms could solve a lot of issues. I'm just saying, got to be careful here. It's not like I don't know if it's the end all be all.
Well, and if it's that's a part of a process or a part of something greater, maybe. But I just don't think you can just be like, oh, let's just take mushrooms and
To
we'll
me,
feel better.
I think it's a crapshoot. I think it's like you're rolling the dice here, and it might solve your issue.
Or it might make it
It has
worse.
it has the possibility. Yeah, it has the possibility, but I don't feel like that. Yeah, our understanding of how to
Well,
direct
but
the powers
also
of psilocybin is
they're
enough.
doing now on this one. They're taking a high dose of pure psilocybin. That's crazy. Um, there's like people that would dream of having that opportunity, but yeah, depending on where you're at mentally. So this is what I tell people about mushrooms. In my experience and from my local understanding from what people have told me, it's a pendulum swing, man. It could be like all good vibes, everything's fine, and it will whoa, it can change in like the drop of a hat. Somebody can give you a weird look, somebody could laugh at a time that you don't understand, and it can like collapse in on itself. So there is
Do
like
you
a
think? Now you say that? Do you think Dave Chappelle was on mushrooms whenever he freaked out and then ended his $50 million contract with Comedy Central? Because that's literally what the story is. Is that he was doing a sketch and somebody who was working on the show, like a cameraman or something, laughed at a time where it wasn't supposed to be a joke. It was like racist, and then he was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" And that's why he freaked out.
yeah, I mean it's possible. You could easily have an epiphany and have self-realization
No,
moments.
but what you were saying though is the way that I would say it's exactly what you're saying, but the way I say it is like if you're having a good time, you're gonna have a great time. If you're having a bad time, you're gonna have the worst time of your life.
They're
It's like,
creepy. They're
well,
inherently no, they're inherently creepy.
but they're ooh, mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying that they're just going to magnify the mood of the
No,
situation
exactly.
you're in.
But that's what makes them creepy. Is like there is always this looming fear
Scary. There's yeah,
of it turning bad where like where you don't want to leave a room because you finally got comfortable in that room and you have to like completely readjust.
or you don't think that you're
There's a
ever going to leave
there's a
that
really
room.
good joke by David Cross where he talks about being on mushrooms and he's like there's three things you can just kind of throw out of the window when you're on mushrooms. And he was like it's time, it's money, and it's talking. He's like those three things you just can't do them. He's like because you could be. He's like mushrooms is like being inside all day and then you're scared to go outside. Then you go outside and you're like, oh, outside's great. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, I like outside. Like this is okay. He's like, but if you have to interact with anybody, you're just like blah 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 blah. Like you're like what you're saying half of the time won't make sense to anybody unless they know that you're probably on them. And yeah, like going out, trying to do things, accomplish things on them, spend money effectively, make change. He's like, you can't do it. He's like it's all like moving
Unless you're
underwater.
microdosing.
Yeah, unless you're microdosing like we do every day before
Then you
pickle.
could do all of those things
We do it
better.
every Wednesday before pickleball class.
Oh, you're only microdosing Wednesdays?
It's like, yeah, dude.
I'm microdosing 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, to the point where it's not even a microdose. It's just a full dose.
California sober, dude.
And I was telling somebody,
Which I think the goalposts on that moves constantly.
well, I need like a different term. It's like, what is the term?
Sunset sober. Yeah, it is.
Sunset
I
sober.
don't know. I'm Ventura vibing, bro. Let's go.
Where's like a place that they're like that they down to do drugs? They just like don't drink.
But what is it called? The Redlands, California, the Badlands,
That's still
California.
California.
Yeah, so it's gotta be Cali centrics, dude. It's gotta be that's you, bro. You're Cali'd out, bro.
That's true. I did start the wave. Everyone else is just
You
surfing it.
got 48 monthly listeners at this point. Like you are taking over the
Thank you.
Cali
Hey,
scene.
thank you for
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We might get to 50.
No, hey, if I keep
Hey,
dropping
dude, that's
plugs,
12 times as much as I thought I had. And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, oh, this is we're doing things right now.
but yeah, keep an eye out. Pop some psilocybin, quit smoking. I guess. That's pretty cool, though. I do like that they're the applications for that. I like the idea of that being used more than just being like, oh, well, because it's either mushrooms or there's going to be Ozempic, and the things that are in Ozempic are going to fix all of our problems. It's going to make alcoholics not be alcoholic. It's going to make sex addicts stop being sex addicts. It's going to make fat
Nah.
people skinny. Well, that's
Hit
what
him
they
with the
say. It's a
on that one.
It's a miracle drug, right? So that's what they say is Ozempic's the new miracle drug, or Wegovy, or Manjaro, or Kilimanjaro, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
How
That's
much
what they
of like
say.
how much of like the do you think like normal people's sex life is fueled by the community of sex addicts? Like, do you think like sex addicts are like like we're like when we're single we're having sex with a normal amount of people, but is are the people that we're having sex with a lot of normal amount of are they the sex addicts? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I do feel like there's probably people that do need love out there and attention. I feel like the sex addicts might give them that.
Right.
So I feel like there's a market where there's like that, like there's a supply
Well,
and
well, I'm
demand.
saying if we healed, if you will, cured, if you will,
Sex addict, there'd be lonely
that
nights for some people.
do you think it would be an
Yeah.
like the lonely epidemic would just it would crater because the sex addicts are actually keeping it alive. It's like alcoholics are keeping like like what percentage of like the booze sales are like because there's alcoholics. It's like they're probably a disproportionate amount,
Well, and there's probably going to
given the
be,
number of alcoholics
when you
of
think
what they're
there's going to
buying.
be people that were like guys that have a hard time with girls, so they find a girl and she's like a sex addict. So it's just like, he's like, oh, this is great. Like that guy would miss out. The girl, like, yeah,
Well,
I
just the
mean,
normal amount of sex that people have now, they think is normal, but it's only that level because sex addicts exist. So you take
yeah.
this, if sex addicts, you take them out of the equation, and then the amount of sex going on in this country is just way down because the sex addicts were having sex with people who aren't sex addicts, but having sex with a lot of them, and now they're gone. They're just having normal sex now, whatever normal sex is, and then now,
It's like tipping the scales when they talk about somebody and they're like, oh, the richest people in this like, they're like, oh, the average black man makes this much money, and it's like a really high number, and I'm like, god damn it, Magic Johnson, god damn it, like some of these
uh,
guys that like tip the scales so much. Of the sex addicts or the Magic Johnson of
yeah.
black billionaires,
But it's
like,
also like I hear like it's like 10% of the guys on Bumble get 90% of the likes or something like that. And I wonder if it's like 10% of the sex addicts get 90% of the sex. Or are responsible for half of at least half of 90% of the sex.
yeah,
They're
they carry
they're one of the people in the
they carry more than their weight.
oh for sure.
Yeah,
By definition.
yeah. Jesus Christ. Next article. Bam. So this is just a touch. We talked about, it was like all Texas all the time last week. There's another big runoff going on. It's Fuller versus Harris. So Trump backed Fuller and Democrat Harris moved to Georgia runoff to succeed Marjorie Taylor Greene, friend of the pod, best friend
Oh,
of the pod.
is she a
Um,
friend of the pod?
she can't be now. We'll just say that.
Okay.
We could say it. She's bowing out. She's going off
Yeah.
in the sunset. We'll give her her
You're right. You're
flowers.
right.
You know,
You're right.
we'll,
Yeah, yeah.
shout out. There's a whole demographic of women with guns that blow shit up. And say like racist, xenophobic things in ads now because of her. Like, so we got to give her credit where credit's due. Like, she started the scene of like, I'm a woman, I'm gonna shoot a gun at some thermite and like blow up this fridge with like a dummy that I've dressed up like a jihadist and be like, vote for me, because if you don't, the jihadists are gonna take your fridge. And then she like blows them up, and you're like, oh, that's cool. People voted for her. Like, she started that. There's a video of her like shooting hogs from a
Well, I was gonna
helicopter.
say, yeah, like she like
Bitch was
before
wild.
like right when she came on the scene, before like she was like it was like she was just shooting shit and like people knew her 'cause she was like that, whatever.
Yeah.
Like she was like famous quickly, but not like so Trump famous, but just famous on her own. My favorite thing was to ask people if they would hook up with her, just to see what
What's
like
cr-
ask the homies if they would,
what's
and like
crazy is that, like, so she was cheating on her husband, and then now she's married to this guy, who was like involved in politics.
who's
But
a
bef- but
reporter.
but before she cheated on her husband with him and left him, she cheated on him earlier with her old like CrossFit yoga guru instructor guy that
I thought
like,
you were gonna say Corey Lewandowski.
no, maybe though, maybe.
Probably. Dude,
Just
what a
be a
what a world class stick man, dude.
just be
What
like
a fucking stick man, Corey.
like
Corey Lewandowski. I hate you for and what you stand for, what you do, who you run with. But I gotta give you your flowers.
you
World
tip
class stick
you
man.
tip you tip your hat.
Hey, hey.
You're wild. Democrat Sean Harris and Republican Clay Fuller advanced to the runoff for Marjorie Taylor Greene's former House seat in Georgia. No candidate won the majority. Trump said in February he endorsed Fuller, a district attorney who prosecutes crimes in 4 counties, to succeed Green, who resigned in January after her falling out with the pedo. Trump's endorsement didn't boost Fuller to the majority of the vote in the 14 candidate field that included 9 Republicans, 3 Democrats, a Libertarian, and an Independent. But Fuller said he was confident he could bring the Republicans together to beat Harris. I think the Republican Party is going to unite around us because they know that the Democrat is too dangerous, he said Tuesday night. We can't have a Democrat representing Georgia 14. That would be a tragedy for our community, a tragedy for Georgia 14, and a tragedy for the MAGA movement. Trump congratulated Fuller on getting such a high percentage of the vote with so many other Republicans in the race. Clay will be a great congressman. He will, in all caps, he will never let you down, all caps. Harris, a cattle farmer and a retired brigadier general, will face an uphill battle to win the majority in a heavily Republican district. Nevertheless, he was leading in the hours after the polls closed, and Democrats are likely to boast of his success as they focus on strong performances in special elections. Harris has contrasted himself with Green's bond-throwing style, saying practical-minded Republicans should vote for him because he will work for the constituents, not for somebody else who's already in D.C. The way I'm going to go to Congress is the way it's going to be to be a coalition of Democrats, Independents, and Republicans. I mean, I think it's. I mean, what's wild is there's a chance. There's a lot of the people that are in this district, Georgia 14, that are so sick of Trump's bullshit. If Marjorie wanted to run again and not resign, she probably would have won re-election. I think she was worried about getting primaried, and obviously her line in the sand is all this Epstein stuff. She's been very open about it. Also very open about being anti-war with Iran, anti-Israel, all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, like I think she definitely, if she ran, she would
I don't
have
think
won.
I know, but I don't
She would
think
have won the. She wouldn't have gotten primaried. She might have lost in the big election, but I think she beats these guys for sure because she her.
How would she lose in the big election if one of these people is a Democrat? I thought this was the big election.
Well, I guess it's because she
Why
gave
is
up
there a
her seat.
runoff? Oh, because she gave it up. But then they're having another election.
Well, now that no, nobody
Is this
got a majority, so they had a special election.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Nobody got the majority, so
Right,
the
right,
top
right,
two
right.
go to a
But
runoff.
But they have to run again though in November?
I don't think so. I don't think they do.
I think they probably do.
But there is an opportunity. There is a chance. I mean, she's very anti-Trump, so there's a lot of people that are very pro her in the sense that when
I
it
think she
came
definitely would have won. I don't.
when it comes to the tariffs,
I think she wanted to get out.
no, but I think she wanted to get out to not be attached to the Trump shit because I think that she sees that there is a changing of the guard. We've talked about this before, where there's certain people like Ron DeSantis tried to position himself too early. Is it possible? I guess. But I think he kind of blew his load when it came to trying to make a big impact in the presidential election and be taken serious because he spent so much time battling with Trump that I think it's just like that ship has sailed. If he waited and this was like the second time he decided to run and he didn't go up against Trump last time, I think he would have stood a better chance. But because he battled with Trump so much, but people in her district, when it comes to the tariffs, affordability, it's not like a bougie, fancy. Georgia 14's not. It's like more of a rural, more of a lower middle class in the income. So they're affected by a lot of these tariffs and a lot of this shit in a way that some other more metropolitan areas of Georgia wouldn't be. And that's where this is interesting is she represents a large portion of the people that voted for her still to this day, even not being in office, because they're also very anti not releasing the Epstein files. I mean, like that's like she was almost MAGA from day one and pushed a lot of these theories that they haven't followed through with in this administration, hence why she chose to leave and they had issues. And that could play a role, that could catch up with them. That's all I'm saying. It could, because she's everything that she's bringing up is the stuff that got her reelected, that got her to go vote for Trump, and now he's not doing those things. When they talk about Republicans who are like being turned off or changing their mind or just might not vote strictly in protest because of what this administration is doing, this is an area where that might happen. This like they said, that dude, the Democrat, was leading in votes as the polls closed. That's not a good sign. There's enough
It's
people.
crazy. No, it's
If there's
Marjorie Taylor Greene's district, and the Democrats are winning. It's a
if
good sign for the
if
country.
there's that many people, if there's that many Republicans going up against you in those 9 Republicans, that there's 8 people that chose not to vote for you, and you were endorsed by Trump. So that should tell you something. That some of them might just go with a retired brigadier general, black guy from Georgia who just doesn't sit there and talk random shit and sit there and be a mouthpiece for Trump, because they've watched Marjorie do that for years, and she walked away because she realized he was full of shit. So this is one of those areas where it's tight squeeze. Just like I swear in Texas, if it's Paxton or it's Cornyn, I mean, it'd be great if it was Paxton. If it's Cornyn,
It'd be great if he doesn't actually become a senator.
no, I'm saying I would love for Paxton to win the runoff, because if Paxton wins the runoff, there's so much dirty laundry on this dude that in a debate stage, and Tellerico doesn't take cheap shots like that. He stays above board for the most part. There's so much ammo that you have on Ken Paxton. Cornyn, you can just say, like, look, dude, you're like a dinosaur politician. You've been doing this for too long. You're a Republican good old boy. You haven't gotten shit done. Shit's got worse under your watch, under all their watches, but you could blame him for something. But if it's Paxton, even if Paxton were to win, that would be shitty, and I'd hate to see it. I think he'd still get impeached at some point doing something stupid while if he won that seat. But the shit that would come out, the trash that would come out about Ken Paxton in a public forum on a debate stage would be the juicy. It's Wagyu beef, dude. That would be so
Hey, why isn't
expensive.
it out already? I thought they
Imported.
dropped $100 million on his
It
head.
is, but they didn't even like really do any debates. So it's like they did, but it was all like
It's
in
like
ads.
not every commercial, like his wonky ass eye, and
But
like
it was like
something about him being a criminal.
But in ads, it was like he cheated on his wife, or he had a non-biblical, or what did he say? Like he had a non-biblical relationship with it out of wedlock with this woman. And I was like, what? And they asked Cornyn about it. They're like, damn, man, that ad's pretty harsh. Talking about that. He's like, well, it's true. Like that. He said it. He was like, what are we talking about? And they used taxpayer money to settle cases. That's what he got impeached for. He got impeached. Like,
yeah. By a Republican supermajority.
The only reason he didn't get served jail time is A, he was attorney general, and he got the SEC charges dropped against him. And B, he sat there and was like cold call intimidating people to vote against his impeachment. Like there was times where people were up there.
He got impeached. He just didn't get convicted.
Yeah, he didn't get convicted. They didn't convict him. But there was a video where they were holding a meeting talking about it in a public forum. You can find this. It's on like YouTube and stuff. And they were talking about impeaching him. And like he calls this guy while he's at the podium, and he's like, this is him right now. Like he's calling me right now. Like watching him on TV, calling him like this motherfucker. It's the most corrupt piece of shit in Texas history. Straight out of Collin County, baby. So hopefully, but that's a scenario where you could see it's a Texas turning blue, but it's possible in the sense that the way it's structured, the way they've put it up, it's the same thing we kind of saw the Democrats do when they were like just rolling out recycled carcasses, even more so than they are now. But you would see people lose to these upbeat MAGA people who were like long-term incumbents, or, oh my God, I can't believe they flipped that seat, because people get tired of hearing the same shit. And I do think in Georgia 14, they're tired of hearing Trump shit. Trump's endorsement is not that great of a thing. It's really not. he says that the majority of them win. That's not
Obviously,
necessarily true.
he's got a fucking lowest approval rating in the history of approval ratings for a president, dude.
Big
Like, I mean,
big facts.
yeah, and it's like, and everything he's done up to this point, it's like Conan. We all like felt like he was gonna do it, and then he fumbled the fucking Epstein files, and then he went to war with Iran. So it's like, I mean,
The
I
war with
I
the
honestly believe I honestly thought that he'd be able to do that, and like the fucking cognitive dissonance that these fuckers have, it's like where it's like he's gonna drain the swamp when he is the fucking swamp.
yeah.
It's like he's the least Christian person. The Christians are voting him in. It's like he's probably paid for abortions. Like he's like overturning Roe v. Wade. Like I'd like and he just keeps getting away with the shit, keeps getting away, keeps getting away. But then like with the Epstein files and with the war in Iran, I feel like those two things like finally, I think the Epstein files finally open people's eyes. And then once your eyes are open, like wait a second, this seems like bullshit. Then you're more willing to believe like other things are
There's
bullshit.
young people who voted for the first time who voted for Trump instead of voting for Kamala Harris because they thought Kamala Harris would get us into a war.
Right.
Or Kamala Harris and Joe Biden openly supported Israel,
Right.
which
So
Donald
there's like
Trump doesn't.
there's this brainwashed like 30% of people who just no matter what, like it's like he just whatever he does, like that he can change his position twice in a sentence and they're like down for both. That exists. But there's a shit ton of people, you're right, like that voted for him because they believed in like these like platitudes that he had, like no stupid foreign wars
America
or Epstein
first.
files, America first. Yeah, yeah. And then even like the immigration shit where everybody like was his like highest approval rating, he fucked that up. Started just like killing white people in the streets. And you can't kill the white people and have the white people sit around and just be happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is pretty wild. But this is just an interesting seat because that's a big hole to fill. She was very loud from her Georgia 14 district and pretty impactful. She never really like passed anything super crazy,
You don't say.
but she was impactful. She had an
I agree.
impact.
I agree.
Politics changed because of the way she went about and did it. And I
She
think that
also
she's
also used to be my poker avatar online
I
poker.
remember that.
Used
So
to, yeah.
I think that she's just gonna buy her time until that blows over, and I think that she's gonna not. She's so anti-Trump that she's basically running interference for the Democrat. If she's gonna convince people to not go vote, because I mean that her district, Trump won that district, she won that district by a landslide, like landslide. So the fact that it was that the Democrat was even close to there having a runoff is pretty crazy. That lets you know that it's a big swing. That's what they say. If Trump won a district by 10, or he's up in 10, he's up 10 points in immigration, but now he's down 30, it's like, it's a 40-point swing. It's not a 30-point swing. That's a 40-point swing. So, I mean, the swing from just the last election to now, I mean, even for it to drop to where it's in a runoff, that's, I mean, at least like a 10 to 15-point swing from the last election that they won, that he won handily, and that she won handily.
I feel like the best thing that could happen, even if it's the last day of the 4 years of, is just him to pass away naturally. Because like I feel like that these fools are gonna back themselves into a fucking corner where they can't leave peacefully, and that's when it's like all hell's actually gonna break loose. So it doesn't matter how unpopular he is.
No, and that's why I think some people might read the room and back off sooner than later. You've seen people take hardline stances and they'll fight him on one issue or another issue, or it's the Epstein files. If you're like Massey, you're like, no, 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 no. This is where I draw the line. This is what you said. This is what I ran on. So if I don't fight for
I know, but
this,
all these fools quit then. Like Massey's not running again.
well, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's the case too. Is they go up against this big machine and start pointing it out, and they just decide it's just safer to walk away. That's
Or they decide that they're gonna walk away and then they'll start speaking out. I'm not gonna run again, so now I'll talk shit.
yeah, that's
Or I'll
true.
talk shit and now I need to quit.
Yeah, that's it's normally that
It's
last
one or
one.
the other.
Yeah,
It's that they either find their balls when they decide that they're gonna resign or just not run again for reelection, or they find their balls and then they realize they're gonna get primaried.
so they quit and then write
Yeah,
a book. Her
right.
book will be crazy.
For sure. I didn't know she could read.
Yeah, but I mean, when you think about it too, like the bozo heads, like 'cause she was pretty big bozo in the beginning. They've just gotten worse. Like to go from Bobes to like
That's Lauren
Chris,
Boebert,
Chris
Representative Lauren Boebert, that you
Bobes
like to
and
call Bubs.
Bobes and MGT. From going from those two
MTG, yeah.
to like Christine Ohm, who's an idiot and got fired
She's
by the way.
fired. She got
But like,
fired.
we're right. Like she's
Well,
like
she's the ambassador to the Shield of Americas. I
whatever the
apologize.
fuck that is.
Did you okay, can I quiz you real quick? Who's the ambassador to the Bahamas right now for the United States?
Who's the
You,
ambassador to the Bahamas
you were just
right
talking
now?
about Georgia politics. He's your boy,
David Duke.
Herschel Walker.
Oh, that makes sense.
Isn't that insane?
Perfect
Dude,
sense.
what a come up by him.
I was talking to somebody about that like then because in Texas they had like Colin Allred or somebody and he was like a former college football player and I was like,
Yeah.
can we stop doing that? Can we stop rolling out these like professional football players, turning them into
Well, he was a Democrat.
well, I know. So I was like, so Colin
But
Allred's
he was
like,
like, but he wasn't like a fucking moron
well,
like
yeah, he
Herschel
wasn't.
Walker, dude.
Yeah,
It was a
Herschel Walker.
CT. It was a CTE'd out, dude. He
Yeah,
wasn't like mainlining
I
CTE.
used to work with the FBI. They're like, that's like a remember that? And he busted out that badge, and everyone was like, bro,
Dude, dude, dude. That whole campaign was insanity.
that was so great.
And that was against it wasn't was that Raphael Warnock or was it
It was Warnock,
it was.
and Warnock was just like in the debate. I think did they only do one, and then they called it. They did one debate, and then they pulled him, and it was rough.
Not a friend of the pod. We're
And
not
and
rehabilitating
not to
Herschel
like
Walker.
not to make fun of him, but a lot of his his speaking disabilities are definitely self-imposed by smacks on the head. And he fought MMA for a while. Like Herschel Walker was great. He was really
He
good.
doubled down on the CTE.
Yeah, he's like, give me more, give me another play and a box to go. Yeah, that shit was crazy, man. I totally this Herschel Walker.
Try to get
Just,
the CTE beat it
yeah,
out of him.
he's like, I did things the FBI, I can't tell, classified. Everyone was just like, okay. Next topic. Let's talk about immigration.
He didn't he like pull a gun on like his girlfriend? Like
Yeah, he like pulled
uh,
a gun and like said he was gonna kill her. Was like abusive. He's crazy as shit, dude. He was nuts.
only Republicans can get away with this shit. They're supposed to be like the daddy party, like the patriotic, responsible, fiscally responsible party. And you guys are pulling out the fucking psychopaths as your
Yeah,
candidates, like
who
literal
knows what
literal
Herschel?
psychopaths.
Who knows what Herschel Walker's like doing in the Bahamas?
Dude,
Just like
like he wasn't
raining
at like
terror,
multiple Diddy parties. Get the
raining
fuck out of
terror,
here.
raining terror in the Bahamas, dude.
Dude,
Just
I'm
people.
sorry, Bahamas, and they listen to us too.
I'm not sorry we didn't send him. That wasn't me.
We're not sending our
I'm
best.
not Yeah, we're not.
The UK sent their ambassador to the United States. He was an Epstein client, like giving out trade secrets and shit. They're not sending their best.
They're locking up.
We're not sending our best.
Man, shout out to the rest of the world, by the way, for just
Yeah,
like
shut them out.
calling these creepazoids out and like actually doing something about it. Because man,
Meanwhile, we're starting war, so we don't have to talk about
yeah,
it.
it's like, oh, where did blow up? Oh shit, what was that? Oh crap.
Have you heard this audio of Trump saying this, where he's like I thought it was for sure AI the first time I heard it. Then I saw another clip and it said, "You guys thought this was AI? It's not." So it still could be AI, but it was like he was like, "We're not releasing the fucking Epstein files. I don't care what." He's like, "Fuck Marjorie Taylor Greene. I don't care what you have to do. Start a war. I don't give a fuck. We're not." He goes, "If I go down, I'm taking you all down with me." And so it just sounds like too perfect, like for it to be like real. But I kind of feel like it's true. Like
Probably.
these motherfuckers, this is what I think. These motherfuckers would rather not go to jail for being pedophiles. They would rather start World War III.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just all watching it happen.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's fucking wild.
It's crazy. It's like you got caught cheating, so you burned the house down.
Burn the house down. You fucking started it's like Waco, Texas, burnt the house down.
Yeah.
You just started a fucking race war. See, that's what you did.
Started a race war in your apartment complex.
Yeah.
Sounds like a kick-ass B80s movie.
I mean, kind of, you know, killing supreme leaders
See,
and
like,
shit.
do that. Put that shit in AI. Be like, make a 1980s movie trailer about a race war in an apartment complex, and make it like The Warriors, like the movie The Warriors. That'd be great.
Why does it have to go into AI? Why don't we just make
Because
that?
then it would just do it. It would do it for you, and it'd be all ridiculous and hyperbolic.
Hmm.
I know
I
it
think
has a
you have more.
watermark on it.
I think like some people have like too much faith in AI, and a lot of people, and then in the same people in other aspects don't have enough faith in it.
What if you took an episode and plugged it into AI and be like, animate this episode?
I try to upload episodes to ChatGPT to get so because I'm like like it's not even that hard, but like when I'm like filling out like the description of the episode and I'm like copy and pasting the notes and I'm like formatting it, and I just like would rather ChatGPT and then I'm trying to think about like all the stuff that's not in the notes that we talked about during the episode, and but I'm trying to get the episode out within a couple hours because like usually we're done like 10:30, and then midnight I try to schedule it, you know, if I can. Um, so I tried to just upload the fucking episode to ChatGPT so then it could like listen to it and then summarize it for me so I can put it in the description. But then it just takes too long for it to like because like the episode's like 2 hours and it's like not like I'm paying for it, but I'm not like paying for like the
Super ultra
industrial like the
deluxe.
one you would have like at a workplace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just it's like it could do it, but it's like not necessarily built for that. So it's like it just take too long.
Last article. A 1,300-pound NASA spacecraft to re enter Earth's atmosphere. A more than 1,300-pound Van Allen probe spacecraft is expected to re enter the Earth's atmosphere after 14 years after its launch. The spacecraft is projected to re enter Tuesday. The U.S. Space Force predicted it'll be about 1,945 hours. So, what is that? Like 11:45 at night, some shit like that. Or sorry, like 8:45 at night. Though there is a 24-hour margin of uncertainty in that timing. The Van Allen
7.
7. Oh, okay, the Van Allen probe A, which launched in 2012, is expected to mostly burn up as it travels through the atmosphere, though some components may survive. The space agency said that is 1 in a 4,200 chance of being harmed by a piece of the probe, which is characterized as low risk.
1 in 4,200 is
Yeah,
not that low.
no,
I know that number.
it's
I can think about what that number is. Okay, to win the lottery, it's like 1 in 256 million. This is one in 4,200, bro.
yeah, with something
That's
falling
like
on its
it's like me hitting the pocket aces and then the full house like three hands later.
falling at terminal velocity. The
Fuck that.
spacecraft and its twin, the Van Allen Probe B, were on a mission to gather unprecedented data on Earth's two permanent radiation belts. It
You
is
know what
not
I
a
just thought about? Dark alert. What if you were like in like Tehran or Gaza and you got hit by this thing? So it's like not like an IDF bomb or something. You just get hit by the fucking falling satellite. It's
get,
like, come on.
get killed by NASA.
Yeah.
Like, it
But it's
wasn't
like yeah.
us. Well, guess
But
it
no,
was.
I'm just saying it's like yeah, it's like you got bombs flying everywhere, but this motherfucking thing is the thing that kills you.
Yeah, like a radio antenna.
Fuck.
It's not immediately clear where in the Earth's atmosphere the satellite is projected to re enter. The BBC has contacted NASA for further detail. NASA and the U.S. Space Force said it will monitor the re entry and update any predictions. The mission, which was originally designed to last 2 years, went on for almost 7. It ended after the spacecrafts ran out of fuel and were no longer able to orient themselves towards the sun. The probes flew through the rings of charged particles trapped in the Earth's magnetic field from 2019 or 2012 to 2019 in order to study the particles and study how the particles were gained or lost. Those rings, called the Van Allen belts, shield Earth from cosmic radiation, solar storms, or streaming solar wind, which are harmful to humans and can damage technology. The mission made significant discoveries, including the first data to show the existence of a transient third radiation belt, which can form during times of intense solar activity. Pretty cool, but pretty scary. That's Shit
You know
falling
that
from the sky.
comet that just passed by, the Atlas, whatever the fuck it was called.
Atlas shrugged. Yeah.
No, fuck that. That's like Republican porn. Um, no, like the I3 whatever. Uh, it said that it
It's a
was
good
like
book.
full of alcohol. It was like full of methanol. And like while they know that comets sometimes have alcohol in it, this one had 4 times as much alcohol as a normal comet.
It's full of meth. Tight, dude.
Methanol.
Space shards, dude. That's crazy though.
It's crazy though. Yeah, the alcohol just forms naturally, like in the universe,
Yeah,
in space.
that's not that crazy.
Well, it's just crazy how
The
much of a
idea of
staple. It's a
dark
staple.
matter is crazy to me. Something
Well,
that's
just like, oh, okay, but it wouldn't it be crazy if like fucking like weed was just floating around in space?
hell yeah, that'd be tight.
But I'm just saying like how much of it like alcohol is just like
Space
a
weed.
basic block
Let's go
of of the universe.
to the moon. I'm trying to go to
Trying to go to the moon like a bitch at
the
a
horseshoe. I'm
swim.
trying to go to the horseshoe constellation or the seahorse constellation. Dog, we out of here. Bye. No, that is pretty crazy. How that like forms over time. It's not that shocking though. Just how, in the sense that we know so little about how things are created. Things go through deep space. Like there's just like gaseous clouds that are bigger than we can comprehend, full of like I don't know, rare ass elements and alkalines and gases and all sorts of weird. I'm just being honest that like
Rare ass.
it just doesn't make sense. Like
Dude, dude.
that's when they're like, oh, if this asteroid landed on Earth and we could get it, it'd be worth a googleplex
We got
money.
old DeGrasse Tyson over here.
You're like, what? Like that's crazy. But to think that like, oh, and this is like a small asteroid. Like just our comprehension of it is so.
Oh, well, did you see like I said that we hit that fucking asteroid and we knocked it off of its like trajectory and it went around the sun. The one that we shot, first one shot, one kill. Hit it with the satellite, knocked it off its trajectory, went around the sun different. Now we know that with any fucking asteroids coming to the United I was gonna say the United States at Earth.
You only
Um,
save us.
no, I know, pretty
That's why
much.
we're building the wall.
Yeah, oh yeah. Mexico's paying for it.
Yeah, keep the blast out.
Yeah, yeah. And the blacks. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Jesus.
just
Good lord.
meditate, bitches.
Is that all you got? Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a message, share, what the fuck ever. We just always appreciate y'all checking us out and listening to us. I guess we're building a wall to keep the blacks out, but until that happens, y'all be good.
Hey,
Be
he
safe,
said it on me, y'all.
take care of each other. I want to do a segment too. I want like I've been just watching old Jerry Springers, and I want to do a Jerry's final thought where I have some like
Oh, okay.
sometimes times are hard, and we gotta have a little like inspirational quote at the end because he always finished it. Take care of yourselves, or he's like, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and that's how he would end every episode. Shout out Jerry, R.I.P. But either way, y'all be good, be safe, stay out of trouble, and as always, go fuck yourselves.
Shout out.
Recording stopped.